Hello and welcome to another episode of me sketchbook painting. This is just a quick look at the book that I've published on Amazon. It's got a few of the paintings that I've done on these videos and a few that I haven't done. And just to let you know, it is available on Amazon. The link is in the description. I had fun making it actually, and I'm going to produce more books. This is sort of a flick through the paintings I've done using gouache, and it's got information on brushes and things, so it might be of help. And at the moment I am ready to paint another painting, so I've got my paints ready. It's a bit of a mess, but I'll just tell you what colours I've got on here, just so you've got an idea. There is some blue, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue. I'm gonna have to avoid this messy bit. I'll tell you why this is a bit messy. This was a nice clean palette ready to go, and I painted my painting and realised I didn't press record. So I enjoyed it, and it came out really good. And I was like, oh, brilliant, that's a really good episode. And then I looked at my stop recording button and it said start recording, so problems. So yeah, there's some burnt sienna, raw sienna, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, cerulean blue, sap green, cad yellow, cad red and titanium white. And that's it. We'll dive right into this one. We'll get this one going straight off. Why not? Start with a nice sky, bit of blue, bit of white, nice sky blue. Beautiful. So I've changed my lighting a little bit. You have to let me know in the comments if you think it looks alright, because I've changed lights, completely changed them as well. And the reason I did that is because I found the page to be a little bit over this area. It was getting a lot of shadow, but it seems quite good at the moment. We'll see how it goes. Just trying different lighting setups to avoid mainly reflections, because I was getting a lot of reflections in the paint, and already I can see on the screen it's better, so hopefully it works out. So simple sky, not too much in the sky. So yeah, what a disaster. When you do a painting as a video, and it works, you think, oh yes. So when I realised I didn't record, it was, oh no. Disaster. Beep. So I'm just blocking this in. This is a bit of a dark colour using brown, bit of sap green, bit of ultramarine blue. You can see the green actually. Hopefully you can. And a bit of brown. Bit of burnt umber, ultramarine blue, sap green, and then we've got our dark. So I do like the block first, because that's about where it should be. I have a bit of a curve there, so it's not perfectly straight. And then start building it up. There's trees and things. And it goes a little bit lighter when it mixes with that blue, but that's alright. Just thinking of all the different trees. Breaking that straight line can even do this where you keep some of that blue as well. It works out nice, that does, when you keep the sky coming through the leaves. It's a good idea. It really is. Right, there we go. That'll do. I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'll start moving forward. I'm going to have a couple of people painting in this. This was the idea, to have a couple of people painting. So I'm going to grab some of this raw sienna, because I couldn't find my yellow ochre yesterday, and I just chucked that on. It's quite close to yellow ochre. Quite close. Making a sort of a dullish greeny colour. I don't mind the page coming through on this painting really, because the page would work quite well, the colour wise, to break through a little bit. Certain areas is a bit more green than others. Think about the natural colours of the ground. I say that because for some reason, when I first got into painting, I made my grass extremely green. Because I just grabbed sap green, and then I would throw in some yellow, and that was it. That was my idea of making things a bit green. But I didn't realise that that you could do a bit more, because that really didn't work for me. Just grabbing a bit more white in this. Get the changes of the colours on the ground. Bit more of that colour. I just throw the colour on like that, and just you can mix as you go then. Give your brush a quick wipe, and then you can carry on. But you can put your paint on quite thick if you want, or go through it to be a bit thinner. I think with acrylics, you can do that. But to be fair, you can do that with anything. Thin or thick, there we go. You can see the brush strokes. Depends how you want this to go, whether you want to see brush strokes or not. Anyway, there we go, a bit of green there. Quite like that. Just holding that so you can see it a bit. Now while this bit dries, we can start putting highlights on this bit. See, it's like I remember reading about painting being like making a cake, where you put in your you make your cake like this, and then you ice it afterwards. It's quite good, isn't it? Or you could see it as wearing accessories. These are your clothes, and now these are like the accessories, like a hat, or I don't know. I think the baking the cake thing makes a bit more sense. Right, so I'm going to highlight this. So we've got our light, and it's coming this way a little bit more this way than anything. so we can put some highlights on wherever you want your highlights to be. Throw it on there. Just pick your spots. Well, not literally. Not while you're painting. And then, yeah, I'm just picking areas out and going, this bit needs a bit of colour, and I've changed my shade slightly to a bit more of the raw sienna in there, just so I can, oops. It's alright. If that happens, just do that. If it's almost drying, you can always tap it and get rid of any issues like that easy. Go a little bit brighter in spots if that's what you want. And when you're doing yours, you can do them the way you want. Get a bit of line. I think a bit of line like that. Gonna get a bit of blue in my colour, just to change them highlights there. You can use your finger to tap it to almost blend, really. I might as well have some in front of this. You can do that. Going to throw in a little bit of burnt sienna into my colour. Just show you that. Just get a bit of burnt sienna and throw that in. And then you've got another colour, because you want different colours going on. Have a tree there, one here. Like that. So I've got a few distant trees going there. Some we can keep dark. We don't need to fill all this in. So now as that dries, when it dries we can decide if we want it to be lighter or not, because we can just paint on the top. So now I want a little bit of darker colour. I'm going to imagine there's a tree casting a bit of a shadow here. We don't necessarily even have to put the tree in. Put a bit of blue in it as well. But we can put in the shadow. That's the beauty of it. And then what we can do then, get a bit of that light. Coming along there. Okay, so I've got a nice bit of green in there, and I want to actually add some green spots. Like it's got a bit of yellow and green in here. Just in places. Can use that same. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this. Okay. I'm going to dry that off. Okay, so that's got rid of the sheen, and I'm quite happy with the fact that this new way of filming works well. Happy. So I'm gonna brighten some of these areas, because I think I can go a little bit brighter. Maybe I can pull this tree out a bit better. Like that. Get a bit more light on this tree as well. Some nice fresh growth on the tree. Because some of it is just dulled and it needs to be brought back to life a bit more. I do quite like using the orangey colours, but it still needs to be brighter. I mean, some areas you can keep down, keep away, keep it quite dark if you like. Maybe that tree, keep that dark. And some maybe you want to bring forward. I think that looks a bit better. That'll do me, I think. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. Let's mix this somewhere. A bit more blue. Red and blue. I'm going to start putting in painter number 1. So we've got a painter stood here with his arm there. Shoulder, body. Something like that. Probably needs to be a bit bluer than that. Yeah, I like that better. Just a body shape. That part. Then I can throw in some of this Just grabbing sky colour. Trying to anyway. And I can use that same bit of sky, I can use that for his legs. Just put his legs in. A bit of sky colour and a little bit of that colour. Something like that. I probably need to bring this ground a bit further down now. Because otherwise he's going to be standing on the bottom of the page. So I've got him, and then we've got another painter stood here. They came out together. Just painting the jeans. Give him a burnt sienna, burnt umber sort of coat. And then I want his hat. Got like a browny colour. A burnt sienna-y, burnt umber-y colour. A bit more burnt umber, because I want to have it quite dark to start with. We can have a hat like this. That's quite a big hat. Oh, you can't really see it that well yet. And I also want a grey. It's just a bit of blue and brown. So I want to paint in the canvas that he's painting on. I'll start it with this. Okay, and this guy's canvas, he can have a longer canvas. He's got like a proper landscape canvas, like that. So I'm painting in the dark, and then I'll paint in the light. It's just a way of doing it. Get some of this brown, and I can put that bit of the easel on, the legs of the easel. He's been brave and he's carried a wooden one out there. I've done that before. I've done that a few times actually. It's hard work. It's worth it if you can make it. But to be honest, it does put you off. That's why I kind of went into sketchbooking, because it was a bit lighter. I've tried all ways actually. I've tried doing it with the canvas. This is great. If you're in a car and you're close to your destination, with your car, this is a great way. But if you've got to walk somewhere to get to where you want to paint, well, for me it's a bit harder. It's worth it. It's just difficult. So anyway, so I've got these two. I put my little hat on, but it all starts to come to life when you start. I'm gonna put his bag down here. He must have carried all his paints and stuff in there, maybe. Just dull that bag a bit. And he's got his bag. I think he'll have his stood up here. Okay, so there they are. They're starting to appear. I'm going to get a bit of white. Bit of white. It's got a little bit of greeny colour, I think, in it. Don't think I want that. I want sort of a... Let's get some more of that yellow. One like a white with a raw sienna. Yeah, like a white and raw sienna. That should have a nice warmness to it, so we can paint his hat. I think I want a bit more of the sienna. Can have some light hitting his hat there, and hitting his hat there. Okay, and then the side of that canvas is going to get some light hitting that one side there. And probably a little bit there as well. Okay. So this is where things should start popping out of the page a bit. Bit of the sienna. And on this guy's canvas as well. A bit of light there. Bit of burnt sienna. I ran out of space on this canvas. Burnt sienna and white. I'll just put his arm in. Bit of light on that arm. that's a bit better. I can see him a bit better now. The other chap. Just grab a bit of sky blue. This one's a bit easier. A bit of white on his arm here. A bit there. Bit of light hitting that one side there. That's quite good actually. You can see it. Little bits of light. I want his hat as well, to have a bit of light on, sort of on that part of the hat. Okay, bit of a hint of this in the jeans as well. Same with him. Bit of light on his bag. Actually, what we could do with painting some of their painting, have a little bit of a sky there. How far has he got? He's painted a sky. Maybe he's painted the sky on his as well. He started putting the ground in. This guy's got a bit more. I think he's gonna throw more green in his. So you got to paint multiple paintings in one for this, you see. Just got a little bit of dark for behind that arm there. So I also need a bit of a red. Got a bit of a reddish brown. I want to start putting in a little bit of colour for the faces and the hands. Go, a light. A bit more light on this side, I think. I love that bit of light there, like it's on the other one. Quite like that. Okay, he needs his brush. He's got a brush, he's doing that bit there and he's doing that bit there. He's got a little bit of yellow on his brush. Look at that. Whoa! He's going for it with some solid yellow. He is going to have... So I think he's more of a reserved painter. he would probably have more of a... He's just putting in some more shadow. He's got a bit of a dark green there. I'll go with that. You could fill a whole line of painters up if you start enjoying it. You start going, oh, I quite enjoy doing these little painters. You can start putting in a whole load of them. Got a fair bit of grass down here, so I don't really need to see the feet too much because of the grass, but just an indication. There's a little bit of light in there as well. Light for the painters. I think the artists are doing quite well. You could go in with a really tiny line and highlight the brush as well. Look at that. Yeah. I feel like he's a bit hunched, this guy. I need to bring his arms down a little bit. Relax that shoulder, he'd be a better painter. Don't know what I'm saying really. Look at his painting, it's already better than what I could do. You can have a little bit of light on that painting there. Just to bring it out of the canvas, the page a bit. I also want to highlight his easel. You can't see his easel very well, so there we go. Bit of light there. That's quite nice. There they are, painting away happily. You could even put a tree in if you wanted some foreground. Tempted to put a tree like there. Some lot of leaves sort of at the top. light on the side of that tree. Something like that. So that sends them a bit further into the field now, and there's a big tree here that's casting a shadow, and they're just breaking out of that shadow as they're stood there. And I think we're about finished. I think we're about there. Maybe I could highlight things a little more, or no, I think I'm done. I might put a little bird in there. It's good to make little paintings up. There we go. A couple. Reminds me of a place I walk, actually, and you see the birds at the top like that. I was laid down trying to take a picture of one of these buzzards, but I never actually got the picture. Well, I did, but it's terrible. Just give it a bit more light on that side. Part of the canvas. Well, yeah, I think we're finished. And I'll put the old brush down. And I say thanks very much for watching this one. The two painters painting in a field. So I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.